All right. So anyway, for all those that are new, we are in unit 23 right now. We are doing passive voice. All right. So we're doing passive voice, and pretty much we've seen the difference between active and passive voice. I mean, just to do a quick reminder for everybody, you know, we have two types of voices in English: the active voice and the passive voice. And right now, let's see who, Jorge is going to tell us the difference between active and passive voice. Real simple, right, Jorge? Let's see, Jorge, how are you, sir? Why don't you tell us what the difference is between passive and active voice and passive voice? Who's going to tell us? Let's see. And we have Andrew or Andres también. Andres, you tell us the difference between passive and active.
And the passive is the received action.
Okay. Let me hold on, let me see this. All right, give me 1 second, you guys. Let me connect my speakers, all right? Because I can't hardly hear you. But I think Andres said it correctly. So for everybody that's new, active voice, the subject does the action. I play basketball, I studied, I run, I read, you know, they play tennis, you know, whatever the subject is doing the action, that's the active voice. And then the passive voice is when the subject receives the action. Let's say I played basketball. I play basketball. Basketball is played by me. That's the passive voice. You know, I play basketball. I am the subject. I'm doing the action. I play basketball. And in the passive voice, the basketball becomes the subject and it receives the action from me. The basketball is played by me. See how basketball is the subject now and is receiving my action? It's played by me. That's in the passive voice. We're saying the same thing. I play basketball. Basketball is played by me. Saying the same thing, just the active voice is when the subject does the action, and the passive voice is when the subject receives the action. Okay, so anyway, I think Andrew and Andres and probably who else? That's pretty much it, huh? Then everybody else I think is new. Jorge, I think they're all must having nightmares about passive voice. But let's see, Natalia, you've been here, I think, right? Rodrigo, you're new, yes? Starting today?
Hello, teacher. Yes, I'm new in this class.
Good. Nice to meet you. My name is Mr. Carlos for everybody. Guzman is my apellido, my last name, but you can call me just Mr. Carlos is good. And let's see, who else do we have? Marce, you also new, yes? Marce, Rodrigo, yeah. Hello, Marce, how are you?
Yes, me. Yes, teacher.
Oh, it's Daniela, right? Sorry.
Yes, you asked me.
My bad. They put your last name first, right? So it's Daniela, okay. Good, so welcome, Daniela, to units 23 and 24. Who else do we have here? Who is this? Santiago. Are you also starting today, Santiago? Yes?
Yes, mister.
Okay, good. All right, so a lot of people are new today. So what you just have to have clear is that the passive voice, we can use it with all the tenses. Okay, and that's what we've been doing all this week and a bit of last week. We've been just seeing passive voice with the different tenses. We've done present simple, we've done past simple, we've done present perfect, past perfect, I think, I'm not sure, something like that. And then now we are in future simple future that we did yesterday. And today we're going to do the going to future. Let's see. So let me share screen with you guys and take a look at it again. But just remember, for those that are starting today, active voice, the subject does the action. I play the piano. See, I'm doing the action. They run the marathon. They are doing the action. They're running. So that's active voice. Passive voice, the marathon is ran by them. And stuff like so. The piano is played by me, right? That's passive voice because the piano is receiving the action by me. I'm playing it, right? And so that's the difference that you have to have clear right now. So you can start with this tense that we're going to do now, and it'll be clear for you. Starting off with this tense, and then once we come back around unit 23 again, then you'll pick up the rest of the tenses. Okay. All right, so let's see. Let me share screen with you guys. All right, let me see real quick. Okay. All right. Okay, so yesterday we did the will future passive. In other words, the simple future passive, right? With the use of will. And this is the way we have to use it, right? The structure. So it's the object plus will be. Oops, sorry, what happened? Where everybody go? Are you guys there? Can you hear me? Let's stop sharing. Okay, I don't know what happened, so let me go back and try to share screen again. Okay. All right, so give me 1 second. Okay, so okay, you guys can see screen now. All right, so this is how we use the simple future with the passive voice. All right, so it's object plus will be, and the verb has to be in the past participle form. And so we've been seeing this all week, right? The past participle verbs, regular verbs, you just add ed at the end, just like the simple past, right? Add ed. Where it's a little tricky, it's with the irregular verbs, right? Because some of them in the past simple, they're different than in the past participle. So for those that are new, I will share this link that I sent to the group one day, and it has some charts. It has a couple of charts with the irregular verbs in the past participle. So that way you can start getting used to those verbs, using them in examples and sentences. That's the only way to learn English, is just to practice, you know. All right. So yesterday we seen forming the simple future with the passive voice, and this is how we do it with the affirmative form, the positive form, or the question form. All right. So object plus will be plus the verb in past participle, or in the question form, the will comes before the object. Will plus the object plus be plus the verb in the past participle form. Saying it is harder than doing it, and seeing it is a lot easier. All right. So when do we use the simple future passive? When something is to be done by someone in the future. All right. The examples. Active voice. So listen to the active voice. We will take the horses to the stable. The horses will be taken to the stable. All right. So we, subject, are doing the action. They will take the horses to the stable. And in the passive voice, the horses become the subject. They receive the action. They're going to be taken to the stable by us. We will take the horses to the stable. The horses will be taken to the stable by us. Right? That's the passive voice. Another example. Active. Will the manager sign the contract tomorrow? That's a question. Se equivocaron right here. Will the manager sign the contract tomorrow? Will plus the object, right? The manager, plus be plus the verb in the past participle form. Will the manager sign the contract tomorrow? Will the contract be signed? Right? That's the passive form. Will the contract becomes the subject, is receiving the action. Will the contract be signed by the manager tomorrow? Right? Will plus the object plus be plus the verb in the past participle, right? This is a regular verb, sign, firmar. So we just add ed at the end. Will the contract be signed? Right? Here, this is a good way to show you guys the past simple and the past participle of the verb. The horses will be taken to the stable. What's the past simple of take? You guys? Simple past of the verb take. What is it? Anybody, just turn on your mic. Took, right?
Took, teacher.
Exactly, right? Good. So took. So that's, you see the example? See the difference? Take, took in the simple past, and in the past participle, it's taken, right? Take, took, taken. All right, so that's where it's a little tricky with the irregular verbs. So you just have to just get used to them, using them more and more. You get used to them, and then you don't have to look at no chart anymore. You already know. All right, so that's a good example. Take, took in the simple past, and the past participle, taken. All right, good. And then here in the other example, it says, in the active voice, will the boss give me a job, right? The future simple, right? Will the boss give me a job? And in the passive, will I be given a job by the boss, right? Will the boss give me a job? Me becomes the subject, receives the action. Will I be given a job by the boss, right? Give, given. What's in the past simple of give? Gave, right? Very good. Give, gave, and in the past participle, given. See how it changes? So that's the tricky part there with the irregular verbs. Regular verbs just add ed, just like in the past simple, right? All right, so don't get it mistaken. Don't mistake. Don't have it mistaken. Past participle, simple past, they're almost the same, but past simple is a whole tense. Past participle is just the verb. The verb with the ed at the end, or if it's irregular, then it's a different way, right? All right, so anyway, we did this exercise yesterday. Let's do it again, because I bet you guys forgot. So number one, it says, will he pick up the kids tomorrow? How do we change that into passive? Will the kids be picked up tomorrow? All right, so let's see. I don't know, everybody's new, basically. Let's see, let's go with Andres. Andres, you do number 2. Read the active voice first, right? And then change it to passive.
Okay, mister. Those cookies are, sorry. Listo, mister. Those
Hey,
cookies.
primero el active voice. Read the active voice first.
Sorry. The birds will eat those cookies.
Okay.
And the other is that those cookies will be eaten.
Sorry. Those cookies will be eaten by.
No puedo ver, mister. Creo que ahora sí. By the birds.
By the birds, right? Good. So, active voice, everybody that's new, los que son nuevos, active voice, the subject does the action. The birds will eat those cookies. The birds are doing the action. They will eat those cookies. If we change it to the passive voice, then the cookies become the subject and they receive the action. So it's those cookies will be eaten by the birds. By the birds. All right. So that's how we have to change it to the passive, from active to passive. All right, let's continue and let's go with Andrew. Andrew, do number 3.
Eh,
Read it first.
Sería my
First, read it.
my friends will visit him tomorrow.
Okay.
Eh,
En vez de him, ¿cómo le vamos a poner? Como object, como subject. El him, ¿cómo le cambias? He, right?
sí, sería he'll will visit.
He will be visited, right?
Yes, visited
By my friends.
by my friends tomorrow.
Very good. By my friends tomorrow. He will be visited tomorrow by my friends, or he will be visited by my friends tomorrow. By my friends tomorrow. Okay, good. All right, so let's see. You guys want to do? Whoever's new here, you want to try do number 4? Somebody. Let's see. Fulvia, do you want to try and do number 4?
Ok, teacher, ¿me escucha?
Yes.
Ok, sería,
First, read the active voice first.
okay. The coach will throw a party on the weekend.
Good. See, so you guys see the active voice? The coach is the subject. He's doing the action. The coach will throw a party on the weekend. Active voice. All right, so now change it to the passive voice.
Okay. A party
Okay, very good. A party.
will be thrown
Okay, good. Will be thrown.
for the coach on the weekend.
Well, good. By the coach, right?
Okay,
By
by the
the
coach on the
coach.
weekend.
On the weekend. Very good. On the weekend. All right, good. Good job. A party will be thrown by the coach on the weekend. Good. Okay, and number 5, who wants to do number 5? Let's go with Natalia. Natalia, can you do
Okay, teacher. The next earthquake will destroy the city. The city will be destroyed by the next earthquake.
Very good. The city will be destroyed by the next earthquake. All right, good. So the city will be destroyed by the next earthquake. Uh-oh, right here. All right. All right, good. Very good. So see, that's the use of the passive voice, changing it from active to passive, using the future to be, will be, right? The future simple. All right, so now let's go and look at the going to future passive. All right, so that was the simple future. Now we go.
Teacher, perdón, ¿podría volver un momento a lo que estábamos viendo? Estaba copiando la última parte.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, I'm going back right now. All right, here you go. And de los exercises, right? Let's see, let's submit our work.
Yes, sí, gracias.
All right. So let's see, what do we get? Well, this says 2 out of 5 because I'm using like capital letters and stuff. So, but the way we did it is correct, right? Will the kids be picked up tomorrow? Those cookies will be eaten by the birds. He will be visited by my friends tomorrow. A party will be thrown by the coach on the weekend. The city will be destroyed by the next earthquake. See, so we did it correctly. We did the use of it. Everything's fine. It's just in capital letters. That's why it's wrong. All right, good. Are you done? Yes?
Yes, thank you, teacher.
Okay, good. All right, so let's take a look at going to future passive. So that was a simple future passive, right? All right, so to form the going to future passive, this is the structure: affirmative form, question form. Object plus am, is, or are, plus going to plus be, right? Going to be plus the verb in the past participle form. And in the question form, the am, is, or are come before the object, plus the going to be plus the verb in the past participle form. All right, something is going to be done. We use this passive future with going to when something is going to be done by someone in the future. So something that's planned. All right. So let's see the examples. Active, is anybody going to invite me? Right? Is anybody going to invite me? Passive, am I going to be invited by anybody? Right? Is anybody going to invite me? Active voice, right? And passive, am I going to be invited by anybody? All right. All right, so another example. I am going to pay his debts. His debts are going to be paid by me. Right? We're saying the same thing. I is doing the action, right? The subject is doing the action. I am going to pay his debts. And in the passive, his debts become the subject they're going to receive the action, right? His debts are going to be paid by me. All right, so that's why it's passive voice. All right, the other example, the police are going to investigate the case. The case is going to be investigated by the police. The case plus is, object plus is plus going to be plus the verb investigated in the past participle form, right? Okay, so that's examples with the going to be future simple with the passive voice. Here's an exercise, so let's see. Let's do it real quick. Put the following sentences into passive voice. Use the will future passive. Number 1, are they going to feed the cats? Are the cats going to be fed by them? Right? And number 2, let's go with let's see. Let's go with Luna. Do you think Ludwig, sorry. How you doing, Ludwig? Good afternoon. Can you do number 2, please?
Okay, teacher. Who is going to pay the bill? would be whom
No, tienes
is-
que, who is going to pay the bill? Active voice, right? Passive voice, you have to use, look, I'm gonna put it back up so you can see it. You have to use am, is, or are plus going to be plus the verb in the past participle. Since it's a question form, which one are you gonna use? Am, is, or are for number 2? Who is
Okay.
going to pay the bill?
is the bill
Very good.
going
Is the
going
bill
to paid by
going
whom?
to be paid? Who is going to pay the bill? Is the bill going to be paid by? I think at the beginning, this is where we got stuck yesterday, right? Is the bill going to be
Yes.
paid by someone? Maybe you could reword it like that, right? Whom is the bill going to be paid by? That's probably one way. Whom is the bill going to be paid? Let's finish it and then we'll see the answer to that. All right. So let's leave that on the in the air for right now. Because is the bill going to be paid by whom? I think whom is the bill going to be paid by? I think that's the way you do it, like in question form. All right, let's see number 3. Let's do number 3, number 4, and 5, and then we'll come back to that. All right, so number 3, let's go with Marce. I mean, sorry, siempre digo Marce, right? Where is she? Hold on one second.
The second chance
Uh,
is going.
hold on one second, please.
Okay.
Okay, Daniela, sorry. All right, go ahead, Daniela. Do number 3. Read the active voice first.
Okay. The teacher is going to give me a second chance. The second chance is going give me by the teacher.
A second chance. Tienes que usar el will be, right?
Yes.
Going to be, right? So a second chance is going to
Going.
be. A second chance is going to be. ¿Y cómo sería el past participle de give?
Gave me.
Given, right? Give,
Yes.
en pasado
given.
simple sería gave, y en pasado participio, given, right? So a second chance is going to be given. Is going to be given
To be
to me, right?
me.
It's going to be given
Yes. To me
by the teacher.
by the teacher. Yes.
Okay, good. A second chance is going to be given, right? A second chance becomes a subject plus the is, are, or am. In this case is because it's chance, singular. A second chance is going to be given, right? The verb in the past participle, to me by the teacher. All right, number 4, let's see. Daniela, try to do number 4. Try to do number 4 again.
A big discount is going to be given us by Disneyland.
Okay, good. So a big discount. Big discount is going to be given to us by Disneyland. All right, good. And number 5, let's go with Araceli, do number 5, please.
Teacher, training sería aprobar.
Otra vez.
Training sería aprobarme.
They're going to entrenarme, capacitarme, entrenarme en este sentido, pues para un trabajo, right? They are going to train me for
No
the
estoy
job.
segura de la idea que sería en español, pero podría ser the work will train me for them.
No, they are going to train me for the job. I am going to be
I'm going to be trained.
exactly right. I am going to be trained for the job by them or
by the job.
I think it's I am going to be trained. I am going to be trained for the job by them, right? Because there's
No lo estoy entendiendo.
ellos me van a capacitar para el trabajo. Me van a capacitar a mí para el trabajo, right? Algo así. En español no hace sentido, right? Pero sería ellos me van a capacitar a mí para el trabajo. Ese sería they are going to train me for the job. But en español no sé cómo sería el passive voice. I don't know Spanish. So you guys tell me. Ustedes díganme cómo sería en español esto. ¿Cómo cambiaríamos en voz passive voice en Spanish?
Yo lo había cambiado como el trabajo iba a capacitarme para ellos.
The job is going to. Pero ahí train.
Teacher,
Sí.
¿podría ser seré capacitado para el trabajo por ellos? O otra manera podría ser recibiré capacitación para el trabajo por ellos.
Por ellos, exacto. Okay, good. This is en modo passive, voz pasiva, right? All right, good. Yeah, that's how it is. So in English, they are going to train me for the job. If we say the job is going to train me by them, you can't say that, right? I am going to be trained, right? So that's how it is. I, the subject, estamos cambiando de me, right? Me is going to become the subject, is going to receive the action, right? He's going to be trained by them. They are going to train me for the job. So I am going to be trained for the job by them. Something like that, right? Well, I'm going to be trained for the job directamente. All right. So that's how I say it is. Now the problem is here with number 2, right? Not the problem, but the doubt. So let's look at the answers. What is it, number 2, right? Who is going to pay the bill? See, I told you. So it was either by whom is the bill going to be paid by, or by whom is the bill going to be paid, right? So that's how it is. It wasn't, is the bill going to be paid? By whom is the bill going to be paid, right? Paid. All right. Sorry. All right, so that's the way we have to do it. So by whom? Entonces sería, right? By whom is the bill? Esa era la duda. By whom is the bill going to be paid? All right, good. The teacher is going to give me a second chance. I am going to be given a second chance by the teacher. I guess that's how it was that they want us to do. I am going to be given a second chance by the teacher. See? Disneyland is going to give us a big discount. We are going to receive, we are going to be given, all right, we are going to be given a big discount by Disneyland. See, we are going to be given a big discount by Disneyland. But it's the same thing. You can say it the same way. A big discount is going to be given to us by Disneyland. Same thing. I am going to be trained for the job. See, I am going to be trained for the job by them or just for the job. Same thing. All right, good. So that's the will with the future with the going to be, right? Use of the passive voice. So just, I mean, the thing, what has to be clear here is that active voice does the action, passive voice receives the action. Obviously, we're talking about the subject in that matter. And that's all you have to keep that in mind, and then we can use it in the different tenses, right? And that's about it with passive voice. That's all it is. All right, let's see. All right, so we have less than a minute. So when let's get out of the meat. Let's leave the meat and come back in a minute. All right. Okay, everybody.
Okay,
Good
teacher.
teacher.
All right, so I'll see you guys in a minute then. Okay.